Welcome back. Now it's time for our relationship discussion. And today we're going to be unemotional about emotional intelligence. We have Andre Ogbewale in the building with us. He is a family relationship and marriage counselor, wellness and infidelity recovery specialist, and so much more. It's great to have you back with us.
Thank you for having me once again.
It's been an interesting month with you, Andre, on our relationship segment, and you've really broken a few tables here with with Edgar, of course, on the couch. But this topic I thought was a very deep one.
Okay.
Because a lot of people see emotional intelligence as a course that they study just because the office sent them to go and study it. They've not really connected it with how they treat or maintain relationships, especially personal relationships.
Yeah.
So can you help us break down what emotional intelligence actually is?
Well, in the simplest of terms, emotional intelligence is actually understanding, right? First recognizing, understanding, and managing your personal emotions and others around you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the your own emotions and the emotions of others.
Yes.
Now, things that could probably affect your own emotional intelligence are probably things like maybe your state of mind.
Yeah.
Maybe how you were brought up. You know, your upbringing.
Definitely, yes.
And personal experiences,
Yes.
traumatic experiences.
PTSD.
But that's going really far down the line. But let's break down the key areas where emotional intelligence is important in relationships.
Okay, first of all, right, now there's self-awareness.
Okay.
You have to be self-aware to be able to first understand people. You need to know your own triggers as a person.
Okay.
What type of emotion you feel at every given instance. Once you have that, that's the first step to understanding people's emotions.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you understand people's emotions, it doesn't really guarantee that you respond in the way that they need it. For instance, I've always understood emotional intelligence to be one where you listen more than you speak.
Yes, it is. You see, being self-aware, you know that, okay, I'm the type of person that reacts a certain type of way to this situation.
Okay.
So there's a trigger.
Okay.
Dealing with those triggers puts you in a state whereby you are susceptible to listen to people.
Okay.
Now, me coming to the table and having a conversation with you, I'm coming there to understand how you feel, why you feel that type of way.
Okay.
So it's only when I put myself in your place, I can better understand you. No judgments whatsoever.
Okay.
Yeah.
But why is it that you think people don't naturally just want to be more understanding or emotionally connected to people? Why do you think we need to go and study emotional intelligence?
Actually, you need to study emotional intelligence because it's a daily thing. You get better over time, right? Now, the reasons why people seem not to have emotional intelligence is due to trauma.
Trauma, okay.
Yes. You see, everyone has been through some sort of trauma. Now, people feel trauma is what you experience by yourself.
Okay.
No, but trauma is also a point where you see things happen around you. And that forms an opinion and stays in your subconscious.
So it could have been your friend or your brother or
your
cousin,
parents.
or your parents.
Yeah.
You experience them experiencing it.
Yes.
And it's sort of imprinted on your mind and you expect it to affect you as well.
But you see, you don't expect it. You see, it leaves an imprint of this is how this is.
Okay.
So subconsciously, you start to react based on that.
Okay, so let's put it to a couple now. A young couple living in an urban area. Maybe dating for a long time. Maybe say a 3-year dating relationship.
Okay.
At 3 years, you should really understand what your partner's needs and wants are, right? But then emotional triggers for that person, right? If, for instance, there's a bad breakup, the next relationship, how are you supposed to treat your next partner?
That's why you need to heal first from your past relationship.
Okay.
Hence why you need to see a counselor
Okay.
to help deal with the trauma you experienced in that relationship. Because now, the thing is, most people don't actually admit to the fact that they were also a party to whatever it is that happened in that relationship.
You've said that before.
Yes.
But we don't want to heal from our own. We want to heal from that one that guy did. That's what we want to heal
But you
from.
see, that's the thing.
Okay.
You can only truly heal when every single thing is dealt with. You don't deal with half of it and leave the other half. It's impossible. You will never heal from it.
All right, so how do you recognize when healing has actually happened? Because people tend to sort of lean towards the same kind of person, the same traits, probably traits that they recognize in their own father or another family member, an elder brother. They lean towards that in a partner, for instance. You're literally going to date another guy that's exactly the same guy you just dated. So what do you do?
You deal with your past trauma. You see, it is, trauma shows up in a way. It's recognizable, right? So let me put the laws of advertising. Whatever the eye sees, the ear hears, the mind believes.
Okay.
It's the same thing.
Okay.
So because you have a past trauma, you always lean towards what you know.
Okay.
And what you know is trauma. Until you deal with the trauma and start to see things in a clear light, then you make better choices.
And the only way to really, truly deal with it is to get professional help in this regard.
Yes.
Now, we're not saying someone has mental issues. We're not saying they're unwell.
No.
We're just saying they need to deal with certain issues with themselves.
Yes.
So I guess at some point, you need to also be empathetic if you're on the other side. Someone has had a trauma and is coming into a relationship with a trauma. How do you respond to that person? This is you on the other foot now.
The truth is, I would never advise you to get into a relationship with someone who has not dealt with their past trauma. Because then that relationship becomes toxic.
Okay.
So emotional distress, right, is a state of psychological unwell.
Okay.
Right? And that alone, you see, when you experience lack of emotion in a relationship, it leaves marks. You've heard of people that are in a marriage or a relationship, yet they are lonely.
Okay.
Because emotional negligence has crept into that.
Okay.
So now, which means the other party has gone through something, so they are reacting based on whatever sounds like, whatever looks like. You automatically assume it is this.
Okay.
So you see how that pattern just keeps.
All right. I want to give an actual scenario now. Okay, a young lady and a young guy started dating, maybe a 3-month relationship, and the girl picks up the guy's phone and decides to go through it.
Okay.
Now, the instant response, I believe, from the average guy is to react in anger.
Not necessarily.
Well, so I'm saying most guys.
Okay.
A large percentage of guys would react in anger. Why are you going through my phone? But an emotionally intelligent guy, what would his response be?
But guess what? An emotional intelligent guy sets boundaries. You see, you have boundaries in a relationship, not a marriage.
Sure.
Right? Now, these are conversations that need to be had. You see, people don't communicate. They don't talk anymore in relationships. So you sit down and you set your boundaries. These are the boundaries at which I would accept from you.
Okay.
And you come to a negotiation. I don't like to call it compromise, because when you compromise, one party loses, right? But when you negotiate on terms, you both understand for a fact that if my phone rings, you're not meant to.
You've negotiated the terms, you've discussed it beforehand, but she still went through your phone.
So she lacks emotional intelligence.
Okay, so what would be the emotionally intelligent way for the guy to react, to respond?
To speak to her about it.
Okay.
I do not appreciate it when you go through my phone without my consent. It's a simple thing.
Okay.
But if that keeps happening, that's a red flag.
Okay.
Because she will keep breaking boundaries.
So she has been through a trauma, probably with a past guy.
Yeah.
Probably had like 6 girlfriends and he was chatting with all of them, right?
Yes.
And she goes through his phone because she feels like every guy is going to do the same thing to her. So my expectation is an emotionally intelligent guy would know that, okay, she's been through this.
Yes, but you see, emotionally intelligent people will not take certain things.
Okay.
You see, when people say they want an emotionally intelligent guy, if you're not emotionally intelligent and you're dating an emotionally intelligent guy, that relationship will come to a stop abruptly.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, Andre, I wish we could continue this conversation, but we're taking it to another bus stop. But of course, please connect with us online. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and let us know your thoughts on this. Andre, please join us in the kitchen.
Oh.
We have Native Rice.
Oh yeah, I heard that song.
You heard the song?
That's a hit.
That's a hit, yeah?
Yes.
All right, we're going to release it soon enough. Let's head out.